What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks NBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 3 picks, get you winning some money over here on Prize Picks in the NBA tonight. As always, coming off a great weekend over in the VIP, was able to hit for a big one over on Underdog for 40,000, going with the under Nick Claxton points, under Mitchell Robinson PRA, under Julius Randle points, over Kevon Looney points, and under Jordan Poole points for that nice 20x. And I do want to give some shout outs to some members as well. Working hard over in that winner circle. It's been a few videos since I've been able to give some shout outs to them. So KW0824 turned $12 into $120 on the left side there. You can see McQueen72 cashing in on that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 man. Noble on the right side turning $6 into $60. Going with the 4-man power play of Bain, Davis, Brooks, and Portis on the right side. And then some more members cashing in as well. Texas winning $2,500 on that 6-man sweep on the left side. Great combo there. Carlton in the middle, going with some MLB and NBA action, turning 1060 into 265. And Brain on the right side with the double up. That was a ticket of my own last night. Unfortunately, CJ Cron got taken out of that game with the Rockies being down so many runs. He could have got another AB and maybe have gotten one more base for us, but we were able to double up on that 6-man. On the MLB last night. So great weekend over there. Wasn't able to get some content out, but I'm back here today, hopefully giving you guys 3 winners for free. If you are getting very serious, you can check out that VIP member package, the premium content package is linked below in the description. We got the NBA playoffs going on right now. We got MLB going on right now. Once again, the VIP member package is going to be the one you want to look at. If you're getting really, really serious and want to get every single one of my tickets, you would have gotten access to that underdog ticket as soon as I placed it. I always send it in as soon as I place it. All my tickets, all apps. We got Prizepicks, Underdog, Thrive Fantasy, the latest, and I'm going to continue to add more. The Quora Play tiers, the VIP Play of the Day, research. I'm continuing to add to that package every single day, continuing to take feedback. It's come a long way already, and I continue to add more and more to it without the price tag going up. So check that out if you are interested, and if you enjoy this content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out, and I'll be providing this content to you guys for free all NBA season long. So let's talk about it. I got 3 fantasy score props for you here today. The bumps have been absolutely insane during the playoffs, so rather than giving you a prop that I think will get bumped, fantasy scores have even been getting bumped, but hopefully these 3 you're able to get in at the exact line that I promoted to you at, because when plays get bumped, obviously the value gets taken away. So the name of the game is beating those bumps. Got 3 fantasy score props for you here today. That should help you out. Do that, hopefully. Pick number 1. Going with the Atlanta Hawks Boston Celtics game. This game has a 10.5 point spread in favor of the Boston Celtics. 230.5 over under. And I'd like to discuss DeJounte Murray on the Hawks side, because I think that they've got his fantasy score prop way too low over on Prizepicks today. Boston, not exactly the greatest against the shooting guard position all year, surprisingly. He scored 50 fantasy points against Boston last time out. 52 fantasy points per game in underdog games, in big underdog games as well. So DeJounte Murray's really been stepping it up when his team really needs him the most in these games where they are heavy underdogs. He's got a 24% usage rate, putting up 1.08 fantasy points per minute on the season. And we know it is the playoffs, so these starters are going to be relying on it for heavy minutes. Obviously, with them being big underdogs, it doesn't matter. It's the playoffs. Even if they are underdogs, of course, guys are going to get their minutes. But we'll go ahead and pull up DeJounte Murray's game logs as far as these playoffs are concerned. Last time out against Boston, 36 minutes, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 24 points. That's kind of the perfect game of what DeJounte Murray does. He can contribute in every single category, and he's going to get you those blocks and steals, those stocks, which do add up in a major way in the fantasy scoring format over here on Prizepicks. I'm going to add a little bonus, of course, whenever you're targeting a guy's fantasy score. If you can get those blocks and steals, it certainly does not hurt our feelings. And as far as what he put up last time, just talked about it, 50.6 fantasy points in that game against Boston. I'm expecting more of the same here. Once again, he's a really good fantasy point producer. Always was when he was on the Spurs. He's got a little bit of a secondary role to Trae Young, I guess, on this team. But regardless, they're number 1, number 2. We know the usage is there. And like I said, the stocks are there. And bottom line is, I do not think he should be in the mid-30s. I've got him in the upper 30s, pushing 40 fantasy points from a base projection aspect with a ceiling of mid-40s. So I think we're going to see this fantasy score prop climb to more of the upper 30s before the end of the series. And I want to be taking advantage now because mid-30s is just simply too low. So pick number 1, we're going with the over 35.5. Fantasy score here for DeJounte Murray. That will be pick number 1. Pick number 2, we're going to kick it on over to this New York Knicks Cleveland Cavaliers game. This game has a 5.5 point spread in favor of the Cleveland Cavs, so it is expected to stay close. It is expected to be somewhat slow, but we got a guy that's such a usage monster, it really doesn't concern me, and that is Donovan Mitchell. Looking at his usage on the entire season, 31% usage rate with 1.21 fantasy points per minute, and he gets to take on a New York Knicks squad that has been breeding fantasy points to opposing guards on the season. As far as the New York Knicks are concerned and how they're faring against the shooting guard position, they're giving up 30.5 fantasy points per game, 6.9 field goals per game. We're seeing Donovan Mitchell play in the upper 40s, or low 40s, I should say, 41.5 minutes in the last 3 games, compared to only 35 minutes per game on the entire season. So the minutes are ramped way up for the playoffs. We know the usage is there. Just talked about it. The New York Knicks have been really, really bad against the shooting guard position. All these things are really, really good for Donovan Mitchell to go out there and have a great game. And I do have him projected in the mid-50s, and we're looking at the fantasy score prop over on Prizepicks. They've got him at 49.5. So obviously being in the mid-50s, 49.5, he's averaging 57.7 over his last 5. I'm expecting this trend to continue in this matchup. Minutes being way up is a big, big factor. Like I just said, we're talking about 41.5 minutes in the last 3 games compared to 35.2 minutes over 33 game sample size prior for Donovan Mitchell. So the minutes are way up. Knicks are 27th in the entire league against his position. These are all very, very good things for him to continue to produce. As you can see, he's been doing on a very consistent basis here as of late, clearing this fantasy score prop for us the last 5 times out. Do like this prop here for sure today. Going with the over 49.5 fantasy score here for Donovan Mitchell for pick number 2. And then pick number 3, we're going to be going with the under on a stud here today. It's going to be in the Phoenix Suns LA Clippers game with 226.5 over under. It is an 8.5 point spread in favor of the Phoenix Suns. So there is a little bit of concern of a blowout here, I guess you could say, which could help the case for an under actually. And I want to discuss Devin Booker. Once again, a little bit dicey going with the under on a superstar. Of course, we just talked about 2 overs. You never feel good about it, but the numbers do line up here for us. The Clippers have been really, really good against his position on the season. I went out there and had a pretty good game last time out, but he had 3 blocks and 4 steals. And not exactly Devin Booker's game most of the time. Like you can see last time, the time prior, 0 blocks, 0 steals. Time prior, 3 steals. Time prior, 1 steal, 1 steal, 0 blocks. So, he had a really, really good game in the defensive categories that was able to really boost his fantasy score prop. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of looking at the under on him last time, and I'm going to go right back to it. Model, once again, is really low on him. The Clippers only giving up 24.8 field goal fantasy points per game to shooting guard starters, only 2.6 assists, only 4.8 field goals. Clippers have been locked down on defense, locked down against the shooting guard position most notably. And pretty simply, I just think this fantasy score prop's too inflated. Now, of course, Devin Booker can go over. His ceiling is, 50 plus. I'm not going to sit here and tell you can't, but he literally put up 47.7 last time with all of those peripheral stats. He barely cleared. He had 4 steals, 3 blocks, 5 turnovers in that game as well, but he just doesn't necessarily do that all the time. He's going to get you his buckets. He's going to get you his point. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's only going to get like 20 fantasy points and it's going to be a sweat-free, entry here, but what I am saying is I do have him projected in the upper 30s. They've got him in the mid-40s. Once again, he's got a ceiling of 50 plus, but I just don't have him getting here today. I think he does go score right in those upper 30s as he would have last time out if he didn't get all those crazy amount of blocks and steals. Not something you're always going to see from Devin Booker. Once again, I think he's due for some regression in this matchup. And then a little bit of an added bonus. You do have a little bit of some blowout potential with the 8.5 point spread in favor of Phoenix. Maybe Phoenix blows LA out of the water here and he gets pulled early from this game. They rest him up for the next. That wouldn't hurt our feelings, of course. But we're not banking on that. That's just a little added bonus. Full allotment of minutes, full projection, all that stuff's concerned. I got him getting in the upper 30s here today. So pick number 3, we're going with the under 44.5 fantasy score here for Devin Booker. And that will be my 3 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NBA tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I uploaded. It's free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does great help me out. Once again, if you're really looking to step up your game, the VIP member package is going to be where it's at. If you want one of the lower tier packages, you can get that. Just keep in mind you're not going to get all those added bonuses, the push alerts, all my own personal tickets, all sports, all apps. You can get one sport, one app. You're going to get my core plays at the end of the day. You're going to get a list of them. Just sometimes at the end of the day, once all the research has been completed, the board's going to be bumped. There's going to be a bunch of lines that are bumped. I can't control that. If you got the lower tier and there are a bunch of bumps, my recommendation would be to play the plays that are not bumped. It's really that simple. But if you see a play that's bumped, it's a good chance that that's because it was one of the best pieces of value you could have got on the board at the time. And it's all about timing, attacking at the right time. That's kind of what the VIP member package is all about. And that's what I try to teach people about, how to succeed long term, all the fun stuff that goes into succeeding at this, help you win a lot of money. But anyways, guys, that is all from me in this one. Wishing you guys all the best of luck on your Prizepicks NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.